All right, and hello. Get my screen back up there. So what are we doing today? We are doing the Collaboration Center. And this is with the auto emails. So a lot of you talk about the Collab Center, but honestly, if you're new to my real source, what is the Collab Center? What does it do? That's why we decided to put the auto emails in the class title. So that is actually on here on the main screen. Here's one of our last classes, the Collab Center for buyers and sellers. So this is how you get automatic emails to your clients, not only your buyers, but your sellers as well. I want to show you some really cool things about that. So number one, you can set up a search and set it on auto notifications, and any new listings or changes will go right to your client. You can also set them up so where those listings come to you first, and then you approve or decline and send them out to your clients. Because we do have people that would still, I like to look at all the listings, every day I log in, I run a search, I see what's new. If I like it, I send it to them like, oh my God, that's a lot of work. Let's not do it that way. Let's do it a little easier. So what we do is setting them up on agent recommended, which is that automated. The listings come to you, anything new or changed, actually no changes, anything new comes to you. And I'll show you how to do that. All right, so first of all, I have a poll that I would love to launch. Just want to know if you've started using the Collab Center. So just click on the yes or the no button so I know. I don't want to go too detailed for you guys if you just here looking for an update. Oh, 100% voted. Wow, you guys are quick. Awesome. All right, so what is the results? Oh, cool. So nobody's used it. That's kind of cool. So I know that everybody is on the same page, and we will. So the Collaboration Center, where do you find it? It's part of the contacts module. It will be over on the right-hand side. You have a contact activity widget. I'm going to blow this up a little bit for you guys. There you go. It's just a little easier to see. So on the right-hand side, your contact activity, I have 4 new, which means there's 4 new somethings that have gone on. Brandon Ramesh has visited the site a few times. He's got 3 site visits. It would show me if he's marked anything as favorite or possible or rejected right here as well. But that's just at a glance. So to set up your contacts, you can also click right there to view his site to see what it's going on. So we'll get into that. Well, in the orientation class, I usually teach it from the searching module. So I go in, I run a search, and then I enter in my client and go that way. From this class, I like to show you the other way. So I'm going to go over to the contacts module, and then I'm going to add a new contact. So in the contacts module, there's a lot of information that you can put in here. I want to show you that only the required ones are the first name and last name to enter in a contact. That is all you need to save somebody, which is fine. So we're going to start off and entering our clients. It's going to be Betty Buyer is the one that I was speaking to. Now she also has a husband, but we're going to get to him in a second. There are a couple of different email options. There's home, work, other. We'll just enter in their home. This is Betty at mailinator.com. And I tab my way through. And as I tab, it's going to give me the green check mark to say it looks like a valid email. And that's what that is about. I do want to mark it as my primary. Then I go down. I could enter in what company she works for, a title. But what I want to do is I want to enter in her husband as well, because I want them both to get in on that same Collab Center. That's Bobby Buyer. And I am going to enter in his entire name, and you'll see why on the back end, it just works better. It looks very proper, really, because it says it's Betty Buyer and Bobby Collab Center. Like, oh, and Bobby. And Bobby, Betty Buyer and Bobby Buyer. So use that first name and last name. This is going to be Bobby, Mailinator. I'm going to hit the tab button, but I am not going to hit primary unless, oh, Bobby wanted to be the primary on the email, because that will move it from the primary to here. And then emails will go to Bobby and CC Betty. So we're going to switch it back to Betty Buyer. So I am keeping my eyeball on the questions over here. Also, just so you know, in your GoToWebinar panel, if it's already been reduced, all you see is that little orange tab, probably up in the upper left-hand corner. Go ahead and open that up. You will see that I have handouts here as well. There's actually 4 different ones. One's just the Collab Center handout. One I've got specifically for buyers, one specifically for sellers, and then how to change their search criteria too. And those can all be found at the very top of Paragon in the MLS documents. So go ahead and click into that. Then I have access to all of the associations we vendor. So I'm going to just go right down to the My Real Source folder. And then make sure you click on the MIRS education folder. You will see a plain old education folder here. That doesn't have everything in it. Use the one for us. This is the membership that you have. So go to those 98 files and from here, I do have my newest stuff at the top. Anything that's new. So, but the newer ones, 10, 22, these are the newer ones that I put in here. And when they've been there for a while, I'll move them down and put them alphabetically. So if you want anything for the Collab Center, there's a search box, Collab, and there's all your cheat sheets on Collaboration Center right there. So there's for the buyers, for the sellers, the About Me page, which will show you that when we get there. So I'm going to go back to my Contacts tab. You'll see you can navigate right across the top to wherever you need. You can do multiple things at once. I love that about Paragon. So we've got Bobby Buyer in here, and to add him to the notifications. So yes, he does want to be in those notifications as well. He's not going to be looking at it as well as she does, but he's going to be in, and anything that she likes, he will see. If she's favorited something, rejected something, he'll see all of those as well. He'll see everything. Now you can actually add your home address in here. So we'll just, so you know that you can do mailing labels with this as well. If you like, your contact can be removed from those mailing labels if you need. So, but if you want to know where they are, just go ahead and put the address in there. It's always good. Home, office, PO box, other. So you can make mailing labels, which is what I really love about our contacts module. You have more information at the website, instant messaging. So let's go over to the top right and work our way down. Of course, telephone. HomeBot has been disconnected or discontinued as a free service from Paragon, and now it's a totally paying service, and it has been replaced by Contacts. It's the seller suite to create seller engagement, which was this. HomeBot was a drip, it still is, it's just not much anymore. You could have your sellers, your homeowners on a drip campaign, on a monthly drip campaign, lets them know the value of their house, what they can do with the value of the house. If they did refinance, what could they do? They could bump up to a new home. So it's a very interesting tool. And is this a buyer or a seller or what? So we're going to mark this one as a buyer. You also have groups in here too. Your groups are going to be blank until you add something in there. So our main ones, if you want to take a screenshot of this, you certainly can. Buyers and sellers, and then you have prospective buyers, prospective sellers, a sphere of influence, and then mine, it's one of my side gigs. I do wines for humanity. So maybe if I wanted to add somebody in for here, because this contacts module stays with you. So these are your contacts, your small CRM. Now, reverse prospecting is pretty interesting too. So the reverse prospecting is, okay, so one of my coworkers has a new listing in St. Clair. And wow, I have a buyer looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in St. Clair. And that listing agent runs a report on reverse prospecting. And she sees my buyer, which has a name of, got to give it a name, Snowball. So this is all that she's going to see. So my coworker is going to see, wow, Debbie, you have a buyer, Snowball, that matches my listing criteria. You want to tell them about my listing? Of course. So that's how that's used, but it's an opt-in. So I have to check the button and to say, yes, I will allow a listing agent to reach out to me. And where's my source from? So if you'd like to keep track of this, hey, let's throw in newspaper, old school. All right, and of course, save in the upper left. Now, once this is saved, make sure you always see that big green contact added successfully. Make sure that that's there. Now you can do the next button because you'll see this is the contact activity page. There's no activity. The next we go back to the contact information, which is where we were just at. Go to the next, and here we are. You'll see right on the left, we're under buyer activity now, and we're going to add a search. So the question is, do you want to add a new saved search or do you want to load an existing saved search? So this is really simple. If you had a search created, simply click on it. I have my favorite lottery search. So I will lottery and save. So in this particular one, then we'll create a search here in a second too. So then we'll go into these. So, but I want to do all at the same time. She loves the lottery search, but we're going to go back and do something a little different. So actually, let's just remove this search. So if you do actually select the wrong one, oh, I wanted the other one that started with an L, remove from the contact. There you go, and just tap OK. So now it gives us right back to where we were, add that search. We're going to add a new saved search. You do have to pick the class. So we're just going to stick with residential. Now, I'm sure you know that I've been with the MLS for a while, and I know these fields like the back of my hand. I can type and tab my way through, but that's not what this class is about, right? We're new, so I want to teach you a little bit. So type, okay, what is type? I don't know. That's why the magnifying glasses are there, until you know that type is, oh, residential. Okay, I want single family residential homes. Okay, well, that active, gotcha. Well, besides active, you can select this active that gets you all active, everything, or you can select active. Back on market means that it has been previously pending, fell through, whatever it was, it will be back on market for a few days. Keep showing a contingency applies. Okay, there is only one contingency that we use in the MLS, in our MLS, is that it is contingent upon the buyer selling their home. Does your client want to see those? It's up to them. Is it, I don't know, have you had that conversation with your clients? How about the next one? Accepting backup offers, which is really a pending home. It's just that the listing agent isn't really positive that it might go through. They might be a little skeptical. Or maybe some agents just think that I'm going to keep it active and letting them know that it does have an offer, but they're still entertaining other offers. And then of course there's coming soon listings as well, which that's another conversation that you need to have with your clients. So coming soon listings, they will be marked as such for your clients, and it will say available on such and such a day. And just so you remember, listings can only be in that coming soon status for a maximum of 7 days. So I enter in a listing and I say it's not ready just yet, so I can do coming soon for 7 days. And there's no showings or anything during that time. That's the rules. And when you schedule with showing time on those homes, it'll all be blocked off until that activation date. Okay, so those are the ones that we're going to be using. Now, we can either search by a map or we can put in the county and municipality, just so you know. All right, so we're gonna use a couple of municipality examples at the minute. If I'm searching in Clinton Township, okay, which Clinton Township is this? I'm sure you guys might have run across this by now. The first two of these municipality numbers are the county codes. Pretty cool. So this is in County 46, which I'm not sure what it is. County number 50, I know, is Macomb County because that's my next door neighbor. So I should know. I know my county and my neighbor's county. That's Wayne is, yeah, I don't remember anybody else. This Clinton is in County 68, don't know where they are. So one way to avoid this problem, if you know you're looking in Macomb County, just type in the county code and then go into your municipality. And then the only the ones in that county will show up. So that's good. Now, if you wanted to remove these and do something different, over on the right-hand side, you have this cool criteria summary, which is really nice. It took me forever to even notice that over there. So I'm going to remove the county and the municipality. I could also do the little blue, that's an edit button. So if I tap it, it highlights in yellow and then brings my cursor right there. So thank you for that. Because until you know where all those fields are, I mean, there's okay, so you know county and municipality. And of course, over on the right-hand side is your magnifying glass. So if I wanted to search for anything in here, I certainly can. I usually just type it in that little bar. Also have this. Some of these start with a W. Why do we have Wisconsin addresses in here? We brought on the Upper Peninsula this year, so if you're looking for properties in the Upper Peninsula, we have listings in here for you. So they are also duly licensed in Wisconsin. There's a lot of crossover on that border right up there. So they asked us to bring in the Wisconsin properties because they list properties in the association's MLS. So that's why you're going to see these in here. So if you're looking for something that's in Macomb County, that starts with a 50, and that begins with, so it's going to give you all of the municipalities in Macomb County. There we go. So this is everything in Macomb County. So if you wanted to make sure that, oh yeah, I forgot about this one, it was right next door to where I want it to be. But those are some things, if you wanted to look through the entire one, that's where you're going to find them. Of course, if you also have county here, then all the municipalities, that works. The system works a lot of ways. It's not just, it only works one particular way and that's it. So I might attack a problem from this way, you attack a problem from that way. And the system is designed to do that. So it works very well no matter what way you're thinking. All right, but you know what I want to do? I want to search by map. I want to help you understand the mapping tools on there. It's really powerful mapping. So obviously, first you notice that my map comes up differently than yours. I like the hybrid view. So this has both the road and the aerial. It's the way I like mine. So I change that in my preferences wizard. So also, when you pull up your map, it's traditionally the X is going to be on your office, the one that you're registered with in my real source, unless you change it in your preferences wizard. St. Clair is my farming area, so that's why I changed it. So you can change it to a center of a zip code, a city, or a physical address, and I put my physical address in there. So if I want, I can simply do a mile radius search around here, miles, a 1 mile, and search the radius. So it's going to give me a 1 mile around my house, what's for sale. But how about if this is not what I need? So I am going to edit and delete this one. What if I'm looking in Macomb County? What if I'm over in Shelby Township? So what if my client, here's the good story. What if my client just got a new job in Shelby Township and she wanted to be within a couple miles of her new office? Oh, I don't know how you do that. Well, here, we're going to put her office address in here. What is my office address? 48725, 48723 Hayes Road. I don't even remember where I work anymore. It's been so long. All right, so the down arrow will get you any ones that you've recently searched on. This is the address that I use for my CMA class. I'll typically use Macomb Township, Michigan as, where my buyer just got a new home. Maybe I was looking in Grosse Pointe, but it has the last was a five addresses. Here's the agent's physical address because I put mine in here. The air quote board address. We are the rare model that we are owned by our brokers and not an association. So, but there's also my office address right there. So that's simply what I did. So I entered in that full address. And now, so this is where we'll say my buyer just got her new job and she wants to be really close to that. So we'll go within, we'll do 5 miles because there's not a lot of listings out there right now. 5 miles and search that radius. Now there is a button in the preferences wizard that says zoom out to see all listings, but sometimes it's a little annoying because it'll get me the entire state of Michigan. One other little thing I want to teach you, here's a little trick. In the upper right-hand corner, see where your login name is? Right to the right of your name, there's an arrow. Click the arrow, and that removes all that stuff here, so you have even more area to search here, which is kind of cool. Just remember that to open it back up to see where your icons went. All right, so here is our 5 mile radius. Oh, but my client says, wow, I really don't want to live on the south side of Hall Road. I want nothing to do with Hall Road. Oh, okay. All right, hey, we got this, right? We got a fix. I'm going to draw an area across there and block it off. Cool. So draw. I got to draw an area. I can use the rubber band. It's kind of cool, but it doesn't get me exactly where I want. So I'm going to go with the polygon. So the polygon I've clicked. Now you see my cursor is a crosshair. That's how you know you've got it. So I'm going to go down Utica. I'm going to click right on Hall Road. Click once and release. It's just a click and release. And I'm going to move my mouse across Hall Road. And now I want this to make a turn, so I got to click again. So I click, come down here to the bottom, click, and then I got to end where I began. So I click one more time. And you'll see that it's actually added more results. I'm like, this wasn't what I wanted. Come on. So what do you need to do now? You need to tell it to do something different. So you have to edit on that bar again, edit. And the last one is on the bottom. So there's a check here on the left. So click that check, and now it unchecks it. It's a toggle. So now you'll see exclude. Ooh, check that out. So I'm going to close the mapping. Cool. So now we have nothing below Hall Road. This has been removed. And she might even say, well, make sure that I don't get into the next county over. I don't need to be in Oakland County. Oh, geez, I don't know where the county line is. You can find it, though. There's layers on the map. So let's click these map layers. Not the parcel lines, municipality, coastal, county line. There we go. I want to make sure to add in those county lines. Close this down so I can see. Oh, sweet. There's the county line right there. We are golden. So you can see them here. So there's St. Clair, Macomb, Oakland. We're good to go. So you'll see in the layers section here, there's so much that you can do. There's floodplains. There's even school districts, the school attendance zones. So it is really cool. So when I've tried to work really hard and where people are at and what my searches are, sometimes I need to go down and dig really deep into this. And actually at the very bottom, you'll see ones that I was able to draw a map that I can put anytime onto here, which don't ask me how to do that. I have to look it up every single time. So how do you do that, Debbie? How do you go look up something that you don't know how to do? Well, go to the MLS documents, go to the MIRS education file, and then probably look for map. Probably. That's what I would do. And if you can't find it, call me, email me, and I will find it for you. Okie doke. The only times I'm not really good at getting back to you is when I'm in class. You know, the new agent class is 3 hours, admin is 3 hours, so the new agent's 3.5. So yeah, 9 to 12:30. Okay, so there's lots of cool stuff that you can add in here. And we even found out we have bus routes in here too. Typically, I'm looking in St. Clair. We don't have bus routes, so because I'm way up here. All right, let's zoom in. All right, so your client, she's good with this. It's not too far to the east, not too far to the west. She's like, wow, I don't really want to be up in Washington either. That's just a little too far. Okay, we can do the same thing. So we're going to draw. So this way I show it to you a second time so you see. Click the draw button. We'll use that polygon. You can do a rubber band, so I'll show you how to do this one. So rubber band. That is, I'm going to go from the bottom and up. So you click and drag. So that's a click and drag. See, the reason why I don't use that, because it's not exactly, I wanted it to go across this line here, across that road. So I'm going to edit that and delete it. It's always going to be the bottom one is your new one. It's the rectangle we did. So I'm going to go back and draw. Got to get that out of there. Draw the polygon. Click once and remove. Click again. Click and click. Now you're not done because remember that's going to add, because typically you're adding maps here. So let's go and tell it, we got to edit it and tell it to exclude that. And there you have it. It's pretty cool. So it's a great way to really help your clients when you have that picky client. Because if they also say, well, I wouldn't mind this little area over here. Well, is that really a municipality? You know, anywhere from this mile to that mile to that mile. I'm like, oh, okay, how do you do that? Is that a zip code? Is that a city? Draw it on the map. Just draw it out. So you can have several different map shapes on here. It is really awesome. It's a very powerful tool. So now remember, we've got an active and a map shape in here. That is all we have. And we have all of these results. We do not need all of those results. That is way too many. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to that criteria. So you have your criteria, your map, and then your reports. So let's go back to that criteria. Some people save the map for the last. I just do it in order. So for sale or for rent, this says all. Now I could ask for items that are just for sale, but if my minimum price is $350,000, then I've just wasted a click. So she's going to go up to $470. And every time I make a selection in here, it's going to be reducing the numbers. County and municipality, we don't need. Multiple address is a really cool field. Actually, this is from, so if you want something on this street, anywhere from 1200 to 2500 Main Street, you can use it like that. And even municipality. So if I were to put Rochester in here, it was out of the Rochester Hills. I just don't want to be in Rochester Hills because you see that she's bumped me down to 0 because it has to be, if I were to put that in, it has to match this and this. So, but I wanted to show you one cool thing. So if it were in that area, but I don't want this particular city, this is how you could use it. Equals, not equal to. So I want all of this area, but not Rochester Hills. So I could have put Washington Township or Washington in there, which would have been good, but okay, structure style. So what are the different structures that are in here? So we do see a lot of corrections that are being made in the MLS. So we have a corrections button that you can tap. So sometimes people will put like an apartment style, it's a condo. So they put, if it's a condo on the second floor, but it's a 1-story condo, so it's like a ranch condo, they'll put in here, it's a 1-story. This is on the listing side though. Just so you know that there's the differences between that condo or apartment on the first floor, a condo or apartment on the second floor or above, which really means, do you need stairs to get to your place? Is there an elevator to get to your place? Or there's the lower, so you'll still need stairs to get to your place. There's that condo ranch, first floor, condo ranch, second floor. So those are just tells a person, do they need to get the stairs or an elevator to something else? a home that is more than 2 stories, other quad tri, the others you get it. But this is one of those ones, these little areas in here that I see people make corrections on a lot. It's not a ranch style house. It's on the 2nd floor. So you just have to pick the right ones. All right, so maybe my client just wants a ranch style or a 1-story. Let's see what that does to our count. 20. All right, we're looking good. Now we're getting into the meat and potatoes, bedrooms, baths. She wants at least 3 bedrooms. She doesn't have a maximum, so this will be a minimum of 3. You don't have to put 3 or plus. It's just a minimum of 3. Now here's a good one. Your bathrooms total. How many total bathrooms are in the house? Notwithstanding that they're half baths, full baths. I used to say 3/4 baths until I got corrected. So Dawn Waldrop, I love her. She manages one of the Real Estate One offices. She's also one of our trainers. She's got a really good plethora of knowledge. So Dawn kind of chuckles in class as she was teaching with me one day. She's like, Deb, we don't do 3/4 baths here. I'm like, no. Oh, it's a Florida thing. What is a 3/4 bath? As long as we're on that one, it has a shower as opposed to a tub and a shower. So that is a 3/4 bath, in case you want to know. Little bits of knowledge you pick up in class. So bathrooms total. Well, Debbie, I need to make sure that I have 2 full bathrooms. So if I put 2 in here, that's not going to get me 2 full bathrooms, is it? Nope. If I put 2 bathrooms in, that could get me a minimum of 1.5 baths. That's 1 bath and a half bath. So these are the totals, remember? Just the total number of bathrooms in the home. So if my client's got to have full baths, I'm going to scroll down all the way to the bottom, and you'll see that secondary criteria here at the bottom. Let's go ahead and hit that down arrow and scroll down. So in this secondary criteria, there's some really cool stuff. You can search by subdivision, but I think you're going to miss a lot. Mail City is really cool because like when you're searching for some of the islands like Harson's Island, that is not a municipality, and it's really hard to map around just an island. So it is actually its own mail city, so that's kind of cool. You can also search by zip codes, which is really awesome. You can search by school districts too. So, but here's what we were talking about. Bathrooms full and bathrooms half. My client was very specific. She must have a minimum of 2 full baths. Okay, so we type in 2, hit tab, see what it does. We still have 19 listings. We're doing great. Site condo, yes or no. She doesn't care. Listing date, days on market. We're good with that. Okay. Let's go back up to where we were. And if that's something that you use all the time, if the field of bathrooms full and half is something you use all the time, you can edit your criteria here. You can customize this. So this is the bottom container. I would customize the container, take it out of this container, and then I would go in and customize the field and put it up here. Again, don't bother trying to figure it out yourself. I've had a lot of, even my trainers will call me like, Debbie, I've been looking for an hour trying to find this. So they call me, it's right there. Like, just call. All right. But I can't say anything to you because I'm just as stubborn. I'll figure this out. I swear I will. Basement, yes, that is a big thing. No change. Waterfront, fireplace. Now, fireplace is not a mandatory field, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it in there anyways. 19, dropped off a few. Garage, yes. So does she want to make sure that she's got a garage, yes or no? Or does she want to be specific about a 2, 3, 4 car garage? We'll just say yes to the garage. Keep it simple. Pool, Laura care. All right, your features. And one thing in our changing market that we have going on right now, I believe that the listing agents are going to be even more robust about entering those features into the listings. Because in this past market over the few years, it's been real easy to sell homes. You don't have to do all that work and add in all those feature codes. You put a few of your mandatory fields in, maybe a few extra pieces, short and sweet description. It'll sell in a week or 2. We'll be good. Okay. Now it's that time you really have to start working on creating listings that stand out. So in these feature codes is where they're going to be adding in a lot more information. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that magnifying glass and see what all they have here. Now, these are just the titles. So we have appliances, okay, basement type. We'll take a look at this one just to see. Wow, there's a lot. So these are the type things that, hey, they've got egress windows in the basement. Yeah, awesome. That's not something I would search on, really. That's something that they add to the listing and say, yes. But if it was something that I must not have a common basement, I'm not going to find it in a single family home anyway. Maybe I must not have a Michigan basement, things like that. Must not have an exposed basement. Okay, so but now I want you to see, how do you use the feature codes as a buyer's agent? Because you have 3 different columns you can choose from. Must have, I have to have. Well, in this one, yes, we have to have a basement. So that's really our must haves. Must not have, I don't want a common, I don't want a Michigan basement. Or here's the other one. So I'm going to uncheck these. And if I didn't have basement, yes. So must have, hey, as long as I get either this one or this or this or that or that or that, as long as it hits one of these boxes, it'll hit the list. So it doesn't have to hit them all, but if it gets one of those boxes, it will come. That's great for when you're searching for something on a golf course. So do I want it on a golf course, in a golf course community, golf front property? Those are the cool things like that. So let's uncheck these. And we will do must not have a common and must not have a partial. Well, we'll just work that one just so you see it's going to count. Got some changes. School district, the garage, above grade square foot. So she said we'll keep it at that, but the grade, let's see, square foot, we'll just say 1,500 at least. Cool. No change. Can we go with 2,000? 8. Okay, good. That's barely any listings. Let's go ahead and search. Now already, you'll see what's different. This never appears when you're working in the searching module. And I have had people ask, well, which button do I use? It is a save search, or do I add it to a cart? We'll get to the carts in a little bit, but it's usually that first choice. So we're going to save that search. But I do want to show you, you'll see my spreadsheet's a little different than yours. I'm a very curious individual. I've added the listing office right here. I also like to know where those listings are coming from. Somebody did a great search the other day, and there were listings coming from so many MLSs. And that's one of the cool things about having a micro is the fact that you have so many MLSs available for you to search in. Actually, we have the most amount of data in the state. We are data sharing with the most MLSs, which is pretty awesome. The MLS number, asking, type, status. Now, I also added an activation date here because this was not a default. It still is not a default. Now, we don't know if this coming soon thing is going to last forever, so they just didn't put it on there. But if you'd like to add this in here, it's customize your fields. And you just search here. That's the activation. Actually, it'll be right at the top, activation date right here. But I already have it in my searches right here, so it's not going to come up. Then all I need to do, I'll show you how to add one. I'll put in the action items. I can simply select the box on the left, click add. It's always going to go to the very bottom, so I can drag and drop wherever I want that. Maybe I'll put it first. I missed it. I stick it up there. There we go, and save. That's all there is to do it. But the one thing that I love, when you have screwed this up so bad, like I have done, you can just tap the revert to default, and we are good to go. And we hit save, and now you'll see that those action icons are there in that front row, which is just the little plugin. It used to be a whole line of things. Now they've just reduced it to that, a little quicker and easier. All right, so let's get back to where we were. So now we need to save that search. And the one thing I like about saving searches and entering clients from the contacts module is because it's going to give you a search name. It's going to be save search for Betty Buyer. So you have all your client searches together because they start with save search for. And then me, I'm a dork. I like to name and date everything. It just helps me know when I started the search. That's the way I roll. It's up to you the way you want to name them. All right, clicking the save. Alrighty. And here we see success, the saved search. Here we are, those 8 matches. They're going to be in the Collab Center. Now we do have the old straightforward email, which there are still a few that just, that's fine. That's all they want. Just send me a new listing. End of story. Okay. Now, what I do want you to know, if you just send that welcome message now, here's what it's going to be. Your client gets immediate notifications and you get your own immediate notifications too. So every time your client gets a notification, you get one too. Me, I don't really care for that, so I'll show you how to change that. It's up to you how you like to work. If you're working 1 or 2 clients at a time, maybe you like this. So let's tap the options. Client email options. You can add a message body in there, but you don't need to anymore. That's just old school. That's part of the straightforward email ones. They're going to get notifications for 1 full year. Of course, I changed mine in my preferences wizard. Now, what's going to trigger an email to them? Price changes, any new matches, and any new comments. Now, I recently took out status change because the market was moving so quickly. I wanted my clients to know that, hey, you might want to know that this is now pending, pending, pending. So I wouldn't lump in open houses on this one. I would send open houses to myself as a agent recommended kind of thing, or actually just send them to myself. You know, open houses in Betty Buyer's area. So that way I'm ahead of the game when my clients find out that there's an open house that I didn't say anything about. Just saying. All right, we're going to save that. So that's what's going to change. Now here are your 2 different notifications. Your client gets it immediately. Me, I'm going to set mine up as reoccurring or recurring. So I do have to set a time frame because if I try to hit OK, it's not going to save. So this is the cool thing. So if I want it at lunchtime, same with your clients. If your clients want to see a once a day email at lunch, go for it. So me particularly, I like to check my email. I do first thing in the morning at 7 a.m. So when I get to the office, they are right there. I can check all my stuff that's come in from my clients. So I'm going to get do I want daily, weekly, monthly, every 1 day? And you know, I'm not going to check on the weekends. So I'm just going to make every weekdays. So I don't want to miss anything on Saturday and Sunday when I wish it was golfing, but maybe you could golf now, but it's a little chilly out there. So let's tap the OK button. So that's how you can modify those time frames right there. And who's it going to? Betty Buyer and Bobby Buyer. Pretty cool. I don't need to CC or BCC myself because I get my own agent notifications. Now here's your subject line. Activity notification for your Collaboration Center site. Oh, Jesus. We'll just shorten this up to Collab Center. Collab Center. And this was Macomb Township? Yeah. No, Shelby Township. Where do I work? It just helps. And tap OK. Now, there's still one more thing to do. That's send that welcome message. Because we did the search, we did the notification options, and now send that welcome message. So it's going to go to Betty and Bobby. Welcome to your Collaboration Center for Buyers. Thank you. Oh my gosh, it's blank. It's no big deal. Because each one is different, that's why they don't load it. So if you want to see it, go ahead and preview it. All right. Still need to update that headshot. Mine got fuzzy in there one day. So here's my cell phone, my email address, And this is why I put in Bobby's full name. Welcome to Collab Center, Betty Buyer and Bobby Buyer. And then they can visit their site, but let's go down. Listings. There are 8 matches found. They can view those listings. They are going to be undecided listings until they mark them as favorites, possibles, or rejects. Now we'll go into those agent picks next. It's really cool. So I can also pick a listing. So maybe you remember, so she didn't want too far north, didn't want to go too far south, she didn't want to cross M59. But what if there was something that was just amazing that I wanted her to see? Or maybe it was a little out of her price range. Okay, what are the categories for? People know this: favorites, possible, rejects. And of course, you can also communicate with those comments as well. Here's the one caveat. I only get my notifications once a day. Typically in the past, the comments were also lumped in with that. So just be leery if you are telling them about the communications and you're only checking it once a day. Tell them, reach out and text you. That might be even better. Now, here's a cool thing. You can do custom folders. Cool homes with pools, I like. And they can compare listings together as well. Not a lot of programs out there can do that. They do have to create a password. Their username is the main person's email address. And of course, there's my contact information. Now, what if you don't have Instagram, LinkedIn, or Twitter? That's fine. So in the Collab Center Preferences Wizard is where you set these up. If you haven't added anything in there, they will not show. You'll have your headshot, your company logo. And if you have a realtor logo here, that means that you needed your Preferences Wizard. Seriously, there's just a few things in there you need to touch, like your headshot, your company logo, which should be in there. And I know because everybody is new, we will go through that today. So they can see, I don't even have Twitter anymore now that Elon Musk owns it. Oh hell, I don't like Twitter anyway. I don't get it. All right, let's close. Let's ship that off and send. Remember, you always want to make sure to see that green email sent. Always look for your green success. Close. All right, so first we're going to go take a peek at their Collab Center, and then we're going to go do the agent recommended. And then we're even going to follow up on a seller as well. All right, so let's go check out their Collaboration Center. There's a couple of different places you can see it, but here's the first button. As long as you're right here, let's go ahead and click that View Collab Center. See my headshots here. Contact me in the upper right. Let's go ahead and take a peek at that first. So it's a good source of information in here. So again, those same sites. I also have Visit My Site. That is my HomeSnap address right in there, which is really cool. Every one of our members has their own HomeSnap webpage. So I simply go to the, oh, it's a different class later. If you want to add it in, ask me about it. And I want to teach you this information overload on some of this other stuff. So here's the About Me page. This should automatically be there. The only thing you'll want to put in here is your name and maybe the fact that you're a realtor or any other designation, the thing you want there. I want to remind you, when you're using the word realtor, it is a registered trademark. Do not forget to put the registered trademark there. No, I didn't work for the Realtors Association for 11 years. Also on the left, here is a huge help for your clients. Now, first, at the very top, it's got your office address. And you have a My Story. Okay, I'm the Director of Education for my Real Source. So this is my story, new agent onboarding. I just wanted to show everybody what it looks like. So I have all of these videos on our YouTube page. So I simply put that URL from YouTube, stuck it in. I know the Preferences Wizard, it's crazy, I keep saying, but it's kind of an important piece. So I just put that URL in here, and that's what it looks like. So you can do a 2-minute, not even a 2-minute, a 30-second to 45-second, put your phone on a selfie stick or even on your laptop. You might be able to do a recording from there. Hey, this is Debbie Fajardo. I'm here to help you with your home search. Do it 5 different times. Make yourself a little script, because that's what I do. When I'm doing my quick tip videos, I'll have my script right here in front of me, and I'm reading my script, and it looks like it's like it's a teleprompter. So it's cool if you want to do that. The other cool thing in here is you have your own links. So these could be anything. These could be the title company that your company uses. This could be your favorite brother-in-law who's a painter. Hey, I'd love to send some business your way. Here's my brother-in-law, the painter. Here's my sister-in-law, the designer. But these are just different links. You can use this however you want. DTE Energy, Blue Water Chamber, staging can help you sell. This was a great video I found on YouTube from NAR's page a long time ago. Just a little interest, War Water Brewery. Little shout out to Chris here in St. Clair. If you're ever in St. Clair, we have a great brewery right downtown, and it's only a 1 mile stumbling distance from my house, which is pretty awesome. And then of course there's that home snap page we were just talking about. So over here on the right hand side there was my site, and this is my site. So it's search like an agent, and it's homesnap.com and whatever name that you have in there. Mine's Debbie Rand Fajardo. Pretty awesome. All right, so let's close this section out. But that's something to direct your clients to. I have a lot more information to help you in your real estate search under the Contact Me button. So under the buyer activity, here's all those new listings that they have. Let me mark as new matches. New. A short little synopsis, reject to a custom folder and compare to listings. Now, you can also view the detail to get more information on this, but there's also this really cool button here. Check this out. Now remember, this is what your clients can do. They can email this listing to a friend. They can make a comment on it. That comes to you. Request a showing also comes to you. So if they do request a showing, so we'll say today at 2:00 p.m., please, and submit. So you'll see now that it says, thank you, your request is not yet confirmed. Your agent the request. And that will go immediately. It's not determined by any other notifications. That is immediately. So the last one on that page was share to Facebook. Now, we know a lot of people like to share things to Facebook. Hey, if I move to this house, will my friends still come and visit me? And it will be, so if I'm the listing, if I'm their buyer's agent, it will have my picture on that page that gets shared. But if they click into the listing, it will give the attribution to the proper listing brokerage. So very nice. So I'm gonna favorite a few. Oh, nice homes in here. Very nice homes. Now the cool thing is, because I've marked a couple here, let's go up to the top. And now you see there's only 3 in the undecided, 4 favorites, 1 rejected. Now, how about the agent picks? Let's check this out. Let's go, when we're back to Paragon, remember, how do we open up our icons here? Because we had them squished earlier. All the way to the right, that down arrow. There we are. So I'm going to tap home icon. I'm going to go find the listing. So I'm going to do the easy route. I'm going to go right to my market monitor. So my market monitor for me is just my area around me. These are what I'm keeping track of. So I've already customized mine. And mine is really simple. The East China School District covers a really big area around me, from just south of Marine City, south of Marysville to Marine City. So it covers a lot of ground. So there are 3 new listings in the last 7 days in the East China School District. So I'm going to just find one of these, and we'll say that, wow, I found the perfect home for you, a condo in Marine City. No, we're going to go with this, Carterville. Okay. I found the for you. Either A, I could just email this to her, but what happens if the price changes? Maybe $325 was too high, which is not, and it's in her price range, but just say. So maybe $325 was too high for her price range, and they reduced the price to $310, and all of a sudden, wow, maybe it's affordable. How is she ever gonna know their Collab Center? How do you do that, Debbie? So we're gonna save this listing, and it's gonna go to a listing card. So it is in your Collab Center handout, the agent recommended. So we're gonna save to that listing card. not to myself, but to my contact, just that current one. And this is Betty. Let's search for Betty. There she is. And save. I don't need to go to the notifications because that should be set up already, but always, always, always independently verify. So let's go back to that contacts module. Actually, let's close it out and then open it back up again. So we want to refresh. Brandon, Betty. All right, so there's that agent recommended, and that's going to be under buyer activity. If I wanted to look, so agent recommended, the notifications are not turned on, off. So we want them in Collab. You'll see it's thinking, doing what it needs. Cool. Now you'll also notice that the send the welcome email message didn't come up. She's already been welcomed. So, and if I need to later on, I can manage those listings too. That is good, good, good. Now, let's at Collab Center. So I want you to see what that agent recommendation looks like. There we go. Agent pick. Simply, it's right here. It used to have recommended on here, but it doesn't anymore. So, but there it is. They can simply get right down to there. Take a look at all of those photos. And there you have it. See, remember, this is why you take those high resolution photos, because you never know when somebody's going to be blowing it up in class. We have a 70-inch screen TV, high res photos. And this is when you get down to, you've got all the information here, all of your remarks, the listing summary. And you also have the same thing here. So you can jump to any one of the areas here. Year built 1930, lot size, 200 acreage, 10 acres. Taxes, features. So again, you will see the room information. There's even more, bedroom 1. Yes. See, and this is laid out very nicely. As opposed to Paragon, they are not grouped together. So you have bedroom 1 all together. It is 18 by 9 by 9. It's on the first floor and it's carpeted. Thanks. Laminate, laminate, carpet, laminate. Very well laid out. Leasing, HOA, property history. Remember, this is what your client sees. Your client does see all of this information now. And the associated docs are here too. This is for your client. Your client can see these because they are available at every open house. There's the docs. They just need to click on that. Oh, the offer cover letter. Okay. There we go. Home protection plan available. Wow, very nice. Okay. Lead-based paint. So there you go. You have all of that information there. Let's close that. And a survey as well. So if the documents are marked as public, then everybody has access to them. It's pretty awesome. It's amazingly available. We also have the valuations in there. Why not? Because, you know, they always see the Zestimate, our realtor's property resource. So this is the realtor's valuation model, and the easy value, that's from Black Knight, who owns Paragon. Even the mortgage center. Isn't this amazing? This has got some great information in here. Community reports, community profiles. Look at that. Amazing. Let's just close that out. Have it. To have the My Home Wealth, which is that home bot. So they can sign up for it. There was the address in there, and a property search. So they can search for properties themselves. Pretty nice. So it's got some great information in here for your buyers. Now, what I do suggest is you add yourself in here. It's like Betty Buyer. I even have my own self in here. Let's close out Betty. Let's find Debbie. I'm going to do the find. Should be right there. There's my Debbie Gmail Fajardo. So here is the last one that I want to show you. How are we doing on time? We're doing good on time. So we've set up a regular search. We have set up an agent pick, which is also called agent recommended, and it's in the listing carts. And I wish soon they'll streamline all of those names, I'm sure, because it makes it a little harder to find when there's 3 different names for it. This is the last one. So when you've got that client that knows what they're looking for, or you know what they're looking for, this is an easy way, because I got one of my favorite realtors just down the way at Simon Monahan. So Lisa Whittlesey was saying, she says, oh yeah, I know this client, I know exactly what they're looking for. So I just, I go in and I do a search. I'm like, Lisa, come on. Agent preview is what you need. So this is where there are 30, nothing new, nothing has changed. There are 23 that needs approval. So obviously I haven't looked at this in a minute. At this time, now these are only active listings. This is a really cool thing. I am sure I have more than 5. I know that there's more than 5 that were disapproved, but this will only show me the active ones at this point, which is kind of, so why would I double check those 5 disapproved if half of them are not available anymore? So here's what I do. I would go in and check these 23. This is after we set them up. So I'll show it to you again in the right process. So in here, I would go and say, oh yeah, this one and this one, I think she's, yep, we'll send these. Of course, I'm going to do my due diligence. I'm going to look at the photos and see, oh, is this the one? Yep, I really think this is one. So yes, definitely. In Marine City, nice. So these 3, of course, maybe I'll go through my entire list and I will say, approve those 3. Are you sure they're going to be undecided? Yep, I'll approve. Now at the same time, I would go through and say, this one and this one, they are no-goes, no way. So not approve, but disapprove. So they can be out of that list. Now, typically I would go through the entire list, but I like to keep this open. All right. So how do you get someone on agent preview? So that's that one that needs approval here. So let's go ahead and do a new search for a contact. So we're already in the contacts module. So we're just gonna add new. Now you can import your contacts and export as well. We do not prevent you from taking your contacts with you. Kind of nice, I know. So let's add new. Now who's this one gonna be? You'll love this name, Picky Penny. I know, I'm so clever with the names. Penny at mailinator.com and primary. Now you see, I tab and I hit the space bar to select it. I'm a desk jockey, have been most of my adult working life. So on Picky Penny, we don't need to add anything else. That's really, I mean, you've seen all this stuff. She's a buyer. She's even a friend too. You don't have to add it in there, but it's just good to have all the information that you want. So I'm going to save that. Then I'm going to go to buyer activity. So I can hit the next, or I can, if I know where I'm going to go over to my buyer activity and I'm going to add a search. So I have to do a new search. We'll do residential. So residential, tab. A for active, I'll just do all and hit the tab button to select, tab my way through. All right, so we're gonna say right here in St. Clair, we'll do a 5-mile radius and search. So I love my beautiful town of St. Clair. Very nice. Go back to my criteria. See, we already see what's in here. 675. All right, go back to that criteria. Let's see, she only wants items that are for sale, up to 500. County municipality, she wants 4 bedrooms and 11. And anything other than that, just leave it as is. She's, everything else I want to look through. We'll just keep it nice, short and sweet. Save search as, or I can do the search. Either way, it allows you to do a lot of things. So look at this, save search for Picky Penny. Today's 11/29/22. It's going to go to this contact and save. There we go. Success. Now, what happens if I send the welcome message now? I'm going to get immediate notifications and she's going to get immediate notifications, which is good because on this one, I want to know the minute that something comes on the market so I can approve or decline it. So I'm just going to say, send the welcome message. I might even type something different. Hi, Penny. I'm pre-selecting listings for you, listings that really really meet your rally, really meet your desires, needs, blah, blah, blah. And that will still go in with the rest of it. So as we preview, it gets put right there. Pretty sweet. And close. Oh, cancel. I forgot the most important piece. To make this an agent preview, for the love of it, we got to go up to the contact activity, because all the listings were being sent to my client. Like, hello, I didn't, because nothing until I say so. So let's go back to the contact information. Here is what the big piece is. New only, agent preview. Because see, nothing was supposed to go to my client until I said so. I was to approve listings, like, duh, Lordy bees. Okay, see, there's always an opportunity to fix your mistakes before they're ever a mistake. So now let's go back down to that search. So here's all my information here. So save search for Picky Penny. All righty. So is that welcome message going to go? Preview. Now I would have to write that message again. There is nothing there. Close. Hi, Penny. I'm approving listings as they come in for you. I'm approving listings that meet your quad, that really meet your as they come in for you. I'm looking forward to working with you. I'm looking blah, blah, blah. You get it. Okay. And send. So now there, so you'll see there was nothing that was, because you remember before you saw the piece that said, oh, here's 11 listings. So I would have said here, you know, looking forward to work with you. As they come in, you'll see them. Close. Agent preview listings must be approved to appear in the Collab Center. Thank you. So I can click on the 11 listings from here, or let's close out Penny, and I'll show you one thing. Okay, so right on this main page here, you got to refresh that, so close it. So you might also notice mine is not in alphabetical order. I keep mine that have my activity at the top. So if I scroll all the way to the right, everybody that's last accessed it, 11/22, 11/4, 10. So I keep the last accessed at the top. I can also do last notified. Here I click it once, I click it again. Now it sorts everybody on the last notified here. It's just a great little trick. And you can also see when your clients last accessed this, like 2017, who's that, my big brother? Oh, that's Donnie, that's my husband. All right, so you'll see this one was 11/4 at 8:32 a.m. So this is pretty awesome. And remember when I added Snowball in here? So when my coworker says, hey, Debbie, your buyer Snowball, how do I find Snowball? Simple. I can type in find Snowball, and that'll show me right there, right there. I love this find button right here. That works really, really well, especially when you're searching for something like Snowball. Really? Where is that? Okay, so let's get to where is Picky Penny? Where's Picky Penny? There she is. Oh, there was no notifications for her, that's why. I sorted her right out of there. So there are 11 matches. Nothing needs approval. They're all undecided. Why is she not? Agent preview. They're all there already. And you know what? It's probably because I failed to correct my mistake. They should be there. You know, and what I would do on this one is I would totally remove this search and try it all again if I did this badly, because I did. It doesn't look like I did, but it did. All right, so let's go back in. It just, here's how you can do this too. So I'm going to open up Picky Penny. I am going to remove this search. It's always good. And let me show you how to fix your mistakes. Buyer activity for Picky Penny. Now I don't have to delete that search. I can remove that search, remove it from the contact, and okay. Now, let's see if I can work this again. Contact activity and my contact information. I think that should be first. She is on agent preview. Okay, cool. Then we go to search, add an existing, type in Penny. I'm all about searching, keeps it so simple. Select it, save it, so it was there. Okay, so now we see the approve all here. There we go. And next. Now, I could resend the invitation. I think I would want to on that one. Next, we're good. Absolutely awesome. So now we can go view that Collab Center. There should be nothing in there. Phew, nothing in there. Okay, so see, we were able to correct our mistake. See, that's exactly how I meant to teach the class. Yeah, Deb, sure. No, you just showed us you know how to fix your screw ups. I sure do. See, there's nothing that can't be fixed. All right, so let's go back down to that save search for Picky Penny. And then what we'll want to do, click into those 11, check out each listing and see if they will be approved or denied. So we will go in, we'll take 3 and approve. I'll take 3 and disapprove. So I want to show you something. Okay, well now you know that the PPA's Collab Center is going to be updated. So now we have 5 that still need approval, 3 have been disapproved, and 3 undecided. So what? Who cares, Debbie? Okay, they're there. The reason why they are still here, those disapproved, because what happens when there's suddenly no listings, everything's disapproved. Do you need to start over again? Well, what you can do is just take a peek at 3. So I need to maybe, maybe we should look at these now. Maybe this is something that might be approval worthy. That's just a really good way. So that maybe she didn't want a brand new construction. It wasn't just ready yet. Well, maybe next month when it's not sold and it's totally finished and move-in ready, maybe it is she would be interested in. So that's just the cool thing. So then maybe we would go in and now approve this one on Carney. Oh, that's that new house on Carney, and approve. There you go. So that's a really cool thing. All right, so I want to show you the very last piece is adding your sellers onto this. To do that, I need to go assume an ID of an agent that has listings. Now, don't think that anybody can do this. So I'm staff at my real source, which means I can assume anybody's ID. So this way, this is how we help our members. So I'm going to assume an ID. You also have your secretaries. They have a higher security clearance, as well as your brokers can assume your identity. And that's only upon the broker's approval. So I'm going to assume Audra Jancic. Miss Audra. Assume. Okay, dokie. Now I probably have to undo the one that I'm already on to show you. Oh, yes, all of our closings. All right. So first, you're going to notice that hers is amazingly different than mine, right? So if you haven't seen the private label MLS, Coldwell Banker Professionals has a private label MLS. So this has all of their own information here, the new listings that they've done, that they're highlighting, the My Real Source purchase agreement. Oh, very cool. Oh, that's right. Very good. That was my last quick tip that I did. There's their quick links. And if you do have a private label MLS to see our page, just click on the MLS button here, and then you'll see our page. Ta-da! Now I have updated the education corner. It's now December. I just didn't log in at the end of the day yesterday to edit this. It was done yesterday. All right, but what we want to do is look at all these site visits. There's a lot here. If I scroll down, no favorites possible. Oh, there we are. So Rich Reinhardt has 4 rejects and 6 favorites. Wendy has 2 rejects. Sue has 3 rejects right here. And your yellow, there'd be yellow here for any comments. There'll be a 1 or whatever right next to it. So she's got 15 new activity. And if I wanted to see that new activity, just click that new. That's going to bring me right over to the contacts module and trim that list down to only the new stuff. And how do you know what's new? The green button here. These all say that there is something new. So if I wanted to open this up and look at the information here, there's one new here. So if there's 2 different ones in the same, I can open them up from here, or I can go into the contact too. But this just gives me a nice quick look. There's my new. All right, so let's close these. I'm in here somewhere. Yeah, twice. Okie dokie. Where is my, just click into the bottom one. See, save search for Debbie. That's my Austin one. Okay, so let's click into the top one. So here we are. Here is the seller activity. So I'm going to click into here. Oh, that's the save search for Austin. Was that the same one? Should be both. Open and open. Save search for Debbie, Austin 1. Oh, Austin 1. Okay, interesting. All right, so I'll just, now we also have a save search. So Debbie is buying a home and also selling a home. So let's go into that seller activity. If you have a listing, so you have to have a listing, not a potential listing, it has to be listed in the MLS. Let's go in and associate that property. Select a listing. Here is the one listing Audra has. So that's why the other one fell off. Okay, and we're just save this. This is really cool. This is a very, very cool piece. So here's the property. Now what we're going to do, there is a sell side site. So in that Collab Center site, you have all that buyer information. There's also another tab that has the seller information. So we're going to turn on the sell side site and send an update email. Pretty awesome. Now, the email report, if this one's already gone, we'll see if this will go just yet. Enabled. Okay, good. Because sometimes the timing doesn't work and I can't click on it, so just be patient. Client scheduling and agent scheduling. So these are set for weekly in her default, and actually that's a good time. Your client gets a weekly email report to see what's going on in the home. Okay, so let's check this out and see what's going. So let's go ahead and view that site. I can view the site here or up here. Now remember, this client is buying and selling at the same time, so you'll be able to see both sides on that. Yes, I am that dork. I am the me hobbies photo here because I can. And of course, Audra's headshot is here. So this brought me directly to the seller activity. So this is, air quote, my listing, my home, rather, not my listing. This would be my home that I'm selling through Audra. Audra Jancic is another one of our realtor trainers. She's amazing, a lot of fun. So there have been 418 listing views, no broker tours and open houses. Listing views. So this is what your clients see. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Tuesday was a big day. And you'll see that there were buyer views and agent views. Cool. You can see it right here as here. Showing time activity. So directly from showing time. There have been 5 showings in the last 7 days, which is amazing because when we were selling our last home, my husband was constantly asking, what's going on? How many showings have there been? How many showings are coming up? I'm like, and I just simply open the app and check it out. 65 total showings. There's been 5 who have favorited it, 1 possible, 13 rejects, and 186 that just haven't marked anything. Real estate agent views opposed to client views, prospective buyers. There's been 2 recommended listings here. So look at the amazing activity that's here. This is really, really cool. This is what your client gets. Now remember, this client is also buying. So we go right over that buyer activity. So Everything in one portal is right there. Here are all my prospective matches. I would go in and, whew, oh, I want to buy a church. I got to favorite that one. Oh, and a green home. Oh, it's closed. There's some more closed ones. Oh, that's a beauty. All right, so now you see if you have a home that is listed and they also want to sell, they have everything right here. It's really amazing. All right, so I see I have no questions as of yet. I hope I haven't bored you guys to sleep. We have covered setting up your client, creating a search, doing the agent recommended, even screwing up an agent recommended and fixing it, which is kind of cool. It's always good to know how to fix your mistakes, right? Because that's why you call us when there's a problem. Debbie, I did something. Can you fix it? Sure can, because I've had to fix plenty of stuff myself. And of course, if you have a seller in here as well, that's why we love the Collab Center. It is great on your mobile device. It is great on a desktop. You can share it with your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, your spouse, either way. So that's what's really, really awesome about that. So we have 11:30 on the nose. So I think we've gotten kind of in depth in the class. I will get this video edited and put up on our webpage. Don't forget, if you want to get to our webpage, you can find that right here on the homepage. Go right to the YouTube page. And when you do, that's going to get to our channel. We have everything sorted into playlists. So you can go right to the playlist and see there's listing entry. You have all of our vendor MLSs, quick tips, all of my great quick tips up there. So those are just the short ones. Everything else is broken down into classes. So there's transaction templates, our Collab Center, really, really awesome. So, all right, without any ado, I will say thank you very much for attending class, and we'll be seeing you on the next. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, and if we don't see you until Christmas, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.